Hello and welcome back. So we talked about a little bit of poetry, right, with Leo Tolstoy from Russia. What's the capital of Russia? Moscow, right? Moscow. So Leo Tolstoy, remember that he wrote Anna Karenina, that beautiful story, where he writes when Vronsky gets out of his train, he stepped down, trying hard not to look at her as if she were a sun. And like the sun, he saw her even without looking. And then I asked you to please improvise, right? And we mentioned this. We mentioned he saw her, period. He did not look at her. And how that creates an effect. And then we went over here and elaborated. He saw her, comma, as one sees the outer beauty of a fiery sun. Period. He did not, you could say see or look. I prefer look. He did not look at the inner beauty that was as white as the piercing, blazing sun. We have a shorter one. These are the kind of poetry that can create an effect, and it doesn't have to be so long. Look at this one. He saw her like a blazing sun, comma, and like the burning blazing sun, he could not look at her. So the original phrase or passage from Leo Tolstoy, he stepped down trying not to look at her as if she were a sun, but like the sun, he saw her even without looking. He saw her like a blazing sun, and like the burning blazing sun, he could not look at her. So you experiment with these kind of lines, and they really do create an effect. What is poetry but an expression of yourself? Expressing, and you can get passages from these great writers such as Leo Tolstoy and Dostoevsky. These are Russian writers. They're wonderful. Of course, you can also look at European American writers, Anne Sexton, another wonderful writer, Anne Sexton. Find this poetry, Robert Frost, right? And respond to their lines. That's a great strategy to start your own writing. If you don't know where to start, get their poetry. Look at it. Go over the pages. Find a passage. It doesn't have to be a poetry book. It can be an Anna Karenina book. And you find a passage that captivates your mind. And then you respond to it. That's a nice strategy to develop your own poetry writing. Okay? I like that one. He saw her like a blazing sun. Or he saw her as a blazing sun. Period. And like the burning, comma, blazing sun, comma, he could not look at her. Okay? Keep writing and